All right, so how can we get this ready now for bringing this into, for texturing and substance and texturing in Photoshop? We need to create our base texture. I'm going to go ahead and do that. For creativity, neutral states aren't that exciting. No, they're not. They're neutral states are pretty boring. What you can do is you can go and keep your neutral state on a layer. Right, so if you go, neutral state and then, or I'm sorry, I would do your standard, like your pose, your starting pose, and then put your neutral state on a layer here, and then start sculpting out your anatomy and all that here. All right, so if you do that, that way you can turn on and off, turn this off and on. Right, you could turn the neutral state off. And then you can always see how it plays out. All right, so let's prep this. I had an initial color palette that I went with, but it was fairly dull. And this time, I am going to pull something more from New to Branches than what I had before. Also, you have biological patterns too that you can embed in your creature. Like I have these little bioluminescent strips. I'm going to do the same thing along the arms. That's just the standard brush. Lazy mouse off. There we go. There we go. Let's see if there's any other areas I want to carry that through at, and I do, right through here. All right. What's that, Simon? Maybe if I crawl into the horrible, bizarre pose of my spider and take some photos, I can get some inspiration for the shoulder and torso anatomy. Also, some of those little arms underneath, I think anatomically are a bit insane, especially the ones near the belly holding. I think you're getting trapped. Simon, I think you're getting trapped by these things that you're telling yourself it has to be this and it has to be that. The thing is, if it's awesome, nobody's going to care if you have an extra muscle here or there. You just have to make it look believable. It's a fantasy creature. You can look at spiders and you can pull inspiration from that and try and embed that, and you've done that. You've gone through. Now what you're really looking at is not so much you need to go out and maybe look at more reference, but I think you just need to tighten things up. You know, you need to go, okay, what am I really doing here? What am I really saying? What is this doing? You know, it's not so much, you know, you don't really have to go digging in too much into a lot of reference for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say that the way you're thinking about it is negative. I'm just saying that I think it's going to end up distracting you from your project and maybe discouraging you. If I'm understanding you properly. All right, so from here, I am just going to pull up an image of a new branch. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with. Yeah, nature's color schemes are so much cooler than human color schemes, I swear. Right. Kind of like that. Kind of like the green. Oh, I think that's it. I don't know about all that white, though. Let's try one. Let's try this one. I think that's going to work. There we go. It happens. I know how it is. Like you go, you leave a project and you're feeling good. You're like, oh man, this looks awesome. And you come back like 2 days later and you're like, oh no, that's not as cool as I thought it was. And it's just because you've sat in that session, you get it to a point from where it was, and you go, oh, this is a good. I've made a lot of progress, right? And when you come back to it, you go, oh, I have so much more to do. It's natural, man. There's nothing wrong with your project. It's just you. All right.